Hey guys, so we're getting into another video. In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys, should you buy a PC, a gaming PC, or should you buy a PS5 or what? But I'm going to be mostly focusing on the gaming PC because that is what I have. And I'm going to tell you guys why you should exactly buy a gaming PC in 2021. Okay guys, so my number one, the first habit is going to be all-in-one media. For a gaming PC, not only are you guys gaming, which is like what you want to do, you can, even if you're in school, you can do schoolwork on the computer, you can watch movies, you can do everything. And that's why when it comes to a PC, the all-in-one media is a big portion. What I do on my computer a lot is I watch YouTube, I focus on my YouTube, I do a lot of editing, and that's what I love to do. It's all in one. I can go to Facebook to chat with family or whatever, and then I can just do whatever I want. When it comes to a PC or a console, I'm pretty much stuck with games and I'm pretty much stuck with movies. And I'm not by any means bashing a console, because that's what you want to do. And that's when it brings me to a con for this. And one con is the average gamer. So if you're an average gamer, just an average person, sit down on the couch, play a game of NBA 2K, something like that, then that's when I think a console is best for you, because that's what you like to do. You like to sit down on the couch, grab your controller, and I'm not saying you can't do it on a PC, because you for sure can, but most average gamers will rather get a console, an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, and they'll want to sit down and just play the game, which is completely fair, and that's what a lot of people like to do. But that's another tad bit, is the average consumer, you're not 100% going to be sold on a PC by just being able to do multiple things on it. And that's when I bring you to more games. So a really good thing is the PC just has more games. It has way more developers for like games, because you have indie titles, and I know there's indie titles on console, but you have other people like on Steam that can sign for Steam license. You have people making games on Unity, and you have people making games on Unreal Engine, and they're just making games for people with PCs to try out. I always wanted to play CSGO, but I always had a console and I never was able to play CSGO, but now I can play CSGO because of the Steam store, and I'm very happy about that. I can play games like Valorant and such, and WoW, and things that's just not on a regular console, because of things such as the keyboard and mouse when it comes to a PC. And that's another thing, keyboard and mouse. I know you can run keyboard and mouse on a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Actually, my friend does it. His name is Reese YT. I'm going to link him below if you guys can check him out. Check out his videos. He's a really cool person. And yeah, so I know you can play mouse and keyboard on a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 5. But when it comes to games where you have to manage inventory and everything, those games aren't really on a console. So what I mean is, like, games such as Call of Duty, Fortnite, most newer games that's battle royales and such like that, they have keyboard and mouse support when it comes to consoles. But most games run keyboard and mouse fluent, because it's fluent. It's like fluent for it, and it has all the support. It has everything. So if you are a person that wants to make the switch from controller to keyboard and mouse, I 100% think you should do it. You should get a PC, because you can just get your aim up, learn different things from aim trainers, and it's just more of you're more into the game. It's more personal when I feel like when you're playing on a keyboard and mouse, because when you're on a controller, you're pretty stuck. You really don't have like things such as movement in games that require that, unless you're playing with a modded controller and such, or if you're like playing claw like I do. So when it comes to mouse and keyboard, if you really want to switch to that, the PC is the way to go, because that's just the best. Another con, and this con is the thing that pretty much stopped me from almost buying a PC, but I went ahead and got it anyway, and I love that I did that. And that con would be having to rebuy your whole library of games. That sucks, but what I realized was that when I go to the PS5, I'm pretty much going to be buying PS5 games. Yes, I'm still going to be playing PS4 games with a PS5, but most likely I'm going to be playing PS5 games. So I looked at the PC as switching to a whole new upgraded console. And that's how I looked at it, and I ended up buying my library. I ended up buying more games than I own on a PS4, because PC games to me are just fun. Like I said, with the keyboard and mouse and everything, it was just a fun time. It was pretty much of a gamer time, and I just really enjoyed playing on the PC when it came to rebuying my library, because I got more games than I thought I would never play. And when it comes to PC, being able to customize your settings, which is the next tab that I'm going to say, it just made older games that I played before on the PlayStation 4 even funner on a PC with things such as mods and such. And like I said, the next tab that I will talk about is settings. When it comes to settings, my favorite thing on PC games is FOV sliders. Like I said, I'm an FPS player, so I play a lot of FPSs. And when it comes to an FOV slider on games, guys, trust me, that's the biggest game changer on games. And it's so fluent, it's so nice, it's clean, and it just makes your whole gameplay change. So when it comes to PC, being able to change your FPS output, your everything, and your FOV, and changing your graphical settings, it's amazing. And I love having a PC for changing my settings. And another great thing about PC is being able to change the hertz. I always play on 60 hertz. I not too recently bought a 144 hertz monitor you can see behind me that I'm going to make a video on, because I think it's the best budget monitor. If you guys want to see that video, make sure you comment below and I'll tell you which one it is. It's a curved monitor. When it comes to 144 hertz, guys, I know a lot of people be like, oh, it changes, and that's true, it changes. And like, I always looked at these videos like, yeah, these guys are just hyping it up. But guys, 144 hertz going from 60 to 144 is insane. Really. Like, when I say your gameplay changes, when I was talking about FOV, it does. But if we're talking about going from 60 hertz, which is normal consoles, to 144 hertz, which is PCs, it's insane. And I promise you, I can never play on a 60 hertz monitor ever again just because of that. Just because me experiencing a 144 hertz monitor and experiencing frames up to 144. And like, I know the new PS5 can go up to 120 hertz on certain games, but the thing about the PS5 that makes it great is not that it can go up to 120 hertz on different games, is that it can run 60 frames per second in 4K, which is amazing. And it goes up from 30 to 60. And that's the really good thing to me when it comes to the new consoles, is the 4K at 60 frames per second. And that's why in 8K or 30 or something, if that's even possible, and that's really the main thing. And another amazing tidbit that I would say when it comes to PC gaming would have to be Steam. Steam is an amazing service, guys. It's not sponsored by Steam, but I'm saying Steam is an amazing service. It has amazing game titles. And guys, Steam sales are the best. There's so many sales that happen on Steam. Like, I seen Spyro on there for like $5, I believe, the other day. Don't quote me on that, but the newer Spyro that came out, the remake, and it's amazing. Like, Steam is such a great library of games. Steam has such a great library of games that it's just insane. And Steam, Battle.net, and just other things such as Epic Games, because a lot of people don't like Epic Games. But if you do like Epic Games has amazing sales. I got Borderlands 3, including with all the DLC for $30, and that was an amazing deal. And they have a crazy deals on all the Assassin's Creeds. And when it comes to just all the game libraries such as Steam and Battle.net and everything, it's amazing, guys. And that's a really, really big thing, that you're not stuck with just a PlayStation store, or you're stuck with a Microsoft store. When it comes to PCs, you get the best of everything. You have everyone competing with each other on things like sales, and it just makes everything cheaper on the PC. And that's another thing, guys, the biggest thing. You don't have to pay for online on a PC. A PC, you don't have to buy a subscription to play online with someone, which is the biggest thing. And I don't know how much money I wasted buying gold or buying PlayStation Plus that I didn't have to spend. Back then when the PS3 had free online, that was amazing. But with the PS4 drop, it was gone with that. And that's what made me think maybe the PC is a better buy. You're not wasting money, and you can use that money to invest back into your PC to upgrade it, buy games. And that's another thing with the PC. You don't have to go from PS4 to a PS5 to a PS6. When it comes to the PC, you just upgrade your parts. You just buy a 3090 or whatever. And that's the thing, you don't have to have those new parts. You can run the games at whatever you want. Like for me, I don't have the best PC. I run my games at low and I still get 144 hertz, and I love that. And sometimes I can run at medium or high and then change some other settings and I can get around 100 FPS, and that's perfect for me and my gaming. And a lot of people out there, you're used to 60 FPS. If you switch to PC, you don't have to get a top dog PC. You can go out and buy you a $500 starter, the same you're gonna spend on a console. And then you can have that PC for more things to do, and over time you can upgrade that same exact PC you have and just make it better. So guys, when it comes to PC gaming, I'm telling you, you guys should make the switch. It's a lot better than console, and that's just my opinion. But if you guys can like and subscribe, that'd be so amazing. We're so close to 300 subs, and that is my goal. I want to make YouTube a full-time thing. If you guys can like and sub, that would be so great. But yeah, make the switch, guys. Come play with me. Why not?